Starting out with the possibility of, again, winter weather in the forecast. When I return, we'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up for your day.
And Highway 61 has reopened after a major crash. We'll have the latest on the accident coming up. And gas prices are fluctuating. We'll have if they're expecting to rise or drop coming up. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Alexandra is off this morning. It is Wednesday, November 26th, and it looks like we're getting a little bit of winter weather coming our way. We'll hand it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at your morning weather. Hi, Art.
Hi, Brooklyn. Good morning to you. Hey, we're holding on to the possibility of an alert day this early morning that's been going on since this midnight, and it continues on all the way to the noon hour. Why? Because we have some breezy and gusty winds and blustery conditions out there. A winter storm warning is in play until 9 a.m. this morning, giving way to, again, due to heavy snowfall and blowing snow. That's up to the north by Rusk County. Now, once you get to Eau Claire, once you get along I-94, you're looking at a wind advisory that's in play, or winter weather advisory, excuse me, until 9 a.m. this morning. That is due in part by snow accumulations that could get up to 2 inches and the possibility of gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour. We're also seeing all that brown you saw, that light tan color. That's mostly for wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. That's pretty much for the day. That'll hold on for everybody all the way to the 3 o'clock hour. Temperatures right now in the 20s and the low 30s, and I'm talking around, say, 31 to 32 degrees. The wind touch is getting up to 40 to 50 miles per hour, and that continues throughout the day. We'll hold on to the wind chill. That'll make it feel like you're in the teens. That'll go all the way down to the teens. I'm talking about 10 to maybe 9 degrees now, maybe even some single digits by Viroqua, and of course by La Crosse it'll be like 13 degrees on your skin. We'll hold on to some snow continuing as we go through the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. Then that subsides, giving way to drier conditions to finish out the day, but blustery conditions will ensue. We'll see similar conditions for Eau Claire as well as we finish out from 20s into the 30s for the day. Your temperatures will be at least from about 28 degrees to about 32 degrees, so still a little bit cold. We may see about a 34-degree mark as we get into areas right by Prairie du Chien because they're not going to get a lot of snow out there. So when I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up. We'll look at the snow together and see how it tracks from west to east across the state and heads out towards the lake. When I return, please stick around.
All right, thank you, Art. Now on the road, the tracks, and in the air, people are on the move. Thanksgiving travel days are here. News 8 Now's Grace Monk takes a look.
Over 1.65 million Wisconsinites are expected to travel over the Thanksgiving holiday.
Our biggest Thanksgiving travel forecast on record, and that's going to be both on the roads and at the airports as well as train stations.
Most Wisconsinites will travel by car. Jarmus says drivers should hit the road early to avoid traffic.
You're going to have folks that are still doing their regular weekday afternoon commutes, mixing in with those who are hitting the road for their holiday travels. So if you can head out before noon, you may be able to avoid that.
Drivers that leave early on Wednesday might run into icy road conditions. One driver says safety is his top concern when traveling for the holidays.
I gotta think about what those other people are going to be doing on the road, and that it's also other conditions that some people also don't know how to drive.
Over 140,000 Wisconsinites are expected to fly. Delays from the government shutdown shouldn't be an issue, but bad weather could be.
Your flight can be impacted, even if it's not, there's no storm where you are. If there are storms anywhere in the country, that could be impacting connecting flights and departures.
More Wisconsinites than ever before are expected to travel by train and bus.
We do think that there is some amount of folks who maybe otherwise would have booked air travel that were a little scared off by what we saw happening at the airports the last couple of months.
With travel numbers up across the board, Jarmus says travelers should plan ahead and check their trip details before heading out.
The busy travel period will last until Sunday evening. Now, a developing story. Slenderman attacker Morgan Geyser will return to Wisconsin. Yesterday, she waived her right to an extradition hearing in Chicago. The 23-year-old was first arrested in 2014 after stabbing a classmate 19 times, reportedly to please the fictional online character Slenderman. A court sentenced Geyser to up to 40 years in a psychiatric hospital, but this year a judge allowed her conditional release to a group home in Madison. This Saturday, Geyser cut off her ankle monitor and ran off with a 43-year-old she met at a church event. Now that person is speaking out, saying they left with Geyser to keep her safe.
She already made it clear if I didn't go with her or not, she was still going, and she was not going back to jail, and I know what that means. And I was scared and I was nervous, and I still chose to, for my friend, who I knew wasn't going to make it on her own.
A judge says Waukesha County authorities have 30 days to transport her back to Wisconsin. Waukesha's district attorney says she wants the state to revoke Geiser's conditional release and send her back to a mental hospital. Holiday travel already affected for drivers in Hoka. Highway 61 was closed this morning due to a crash. Police say a van hit a semi-truck stopped on the shoulder, tipping the truck onto its side. Both drivers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A portion of Bliss Road is closed from 29th Street to Grandad Bluff Road. Crews are working on water utilities between the first and second landing. The closure is expected to end tomorrow evening. A shakeup in the Wisconsin governor's race. Beer vendor Ryan Sternad is dropping out. He ran on giving working class families a voice. The Democrat is now backing Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. 6 Democrats remain in the primary field against 2 Republicans. Governor Tony Evers and First Lady Kathy Evers shared a Thanksgiving message.
We're grateful for our friends, our staff, and of course, for you.
It's the people who make Wisconsin the special place it is.
And as we wrap up the 2025, the Year of the Kid, we're also so grateful for all the heroes who are on the front lines doing what's best for our kids across our state every day.
The message also highlighted the extra stress the holidays can bring, emphasizing the importance of resources like 211 and the 988 suicide crisis line. Wisconsin deer hunters registered more than 90,000 deer during opening weekend of gun season. The Wisconsin DNR reports the harvest jumped nearly 4% from last year. Hunters took 48,000 antlered deer and nearly 42,000 antlerless deer. Preliminary license sales data shows the number of gun deer hunters in Wisconsin this year stayed nearly constant compared to 2024.
Statewide, we continue to see an increasing trend in total deer population. Most of that being driven by the farmland zones and really not specifically, but mostly the central farmland zone.
The DNR is encouraging hunters to donate Wisconsin harvested deer through the Deer Donation Program, which helps stock food pantries throughout the state. Still ahead on your morning news, gas prices are higher now than they were under Biden. Pricey goods are raising inflation on wholesale foods, and social media platforms are being sued. And travel day for Thanksgiving starts today. We have some travel tips to make your holiday smoother. That and more coming up this morning. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Here's a quick wake-up call with the Up North Cat Condo in Frazee, Minnesota. Don't go anywhere. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
This Wednesday, Black Friday deals start early at Ashley. From 10 a.m. to midnight, take 30% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 60 months with no money down. Plus, free white glove delivery. Shop Black Friday early this Wednesday only at Ashley.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time.
A great time to buy Ranger, Maverick.
Slate it. And F-Series.
America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Let's light them up.
Now that's some holiday power.
That's Holiday Pro Power onboard.
It's like a mobile generator.
Now get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days on a new Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're here at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service to tell you about the great vacuums you can get for your home today. Oh, look, it's Lance, the new owner of A1 himself.
I don't do interviews, I do vacuums.
At A1 Vacuum, we care about reliable products and service, and that hasn't changed with the new ownership. Our vacuums clean deeper and are built to last. We carry vacuums from all the top brands and can service any make and model.
Stop in, see the changes to A1 Vacuum today.
Honey, we need to get the new shower before the holidays.
Yeah, we need to get the dishwasher too.
Wait, did you see this?
We gotta go. Now's the time to tackle those big projects. It's your last chance. Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't wait to renovate. Finish your projects with help from Menards before it's too late.
And we got an 11% rebate, too.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
Shop Macy's best Black Friday deals right now, like up to 70% off our top mattress brands. Plus, get a free adjustable base or box spring and a Macy's gift card up to $300. Only at Macy's Black Friday, going on now.
Ashley's Black Friday is finally here. For one day only, shop this doorbuster sofa, now just $2.99. Or take 30% off your entire purchase. Plus, free white glove delivery. Doors are open from 7 a.m. to midnight. Don't miss Black Friday at Ashley.
In your morning consumer news, for the first time since the start of Trump's second term, gas prices are higher than at the same point last year under former President Joe Biden. The national average for regular gas stands at $3.05. That's just higher than a year ago under former President Joe Biden, according to AAA, but experts predict cheaper prices are on the way. Prices on wholesale goods are pushing inflation higher. A Bureau of Labor Statistics report revealed that prices for wholesale goods jumped 0.9% in September. That's the biggest increase in more than a year and a half. Policymakers plan to meet in December to assess possible future rate cuts. Some social media platforms are being accused of burying their own research on the harmful effect they have on teens' mental health. Hundreds of individuals, school districts, and attorneys general from across the U.S. are suing Meta, Snap, TikTok, and Google. The platforms are being accused of deliberately embedding design features to maximize youth engagement. The TSA is expecting to conduct more than 17.8 million screenings over the Thanksgiving holiday travel period. And air travel has had its fair share of challenges this year. So if you're one of those planning on catching a flight, Michael Yoyisha joins with more on how you can try and stay ahead of any potential travel headaches.
Millions of Americans are expected to fly for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Expect a little more volume, expect some delays, expect some cancellations.
Paul Bernardini with Flighty, a flight tracking app, offers these tips. First, know your itinerary and possible trouble spots. Ideally, fly direct. But if that's not possible, then understand your airport connections and challenges they may present, such as air traffic controller-related delays like those experienced this year at Newark, or possible winter weather, like in Denver or Chicago. Shorter routes, too, can be dicey.
So think like Scottsdale to Las Vegas, or Chattanooga to Nashville, or Philadelphia to Newark. That's where we tend to see the most delays in the U.S.
By understanding these things, you can create a plan B, or even change your itinerary to avoid potential trouble. Once travel day arrives, Bernardini says knowing where your plane is and where it's coming from is the most important thing.
Okay, my plane before it gets to me in, sunny Miami, is going to go through 4 or 5 cities that are getting hit by a snowstorm today. And I'm going to have to probably plan ahead a bit more, or just be aware that there's a potential of more delays.
Slowdowns that won't always be immediately shown on the airport monitor or in your airline app.
Airlines, they don't really have an incentive to tell you right away. They have to manage crews, they have to shift things around, and then alert the passengers, hey, this is what's occurred.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
That's a look at your consumer news. Now let's send it over to News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett.
All right, let's get back into it here as we take a look here. Drive safe out there. It's all about driving safe right now. We already know it's an alert day. Why? Because of the snow, because of the blustering winds that are out there right now. Winds gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Holding on to the possibility of this as we get into it here. We'll hold on to this as you see for the morning. You can see a little frost on the windshield. Temperature in the 20s widespread right now. But it feels like you're all the way into the teens, all the way up to, let's call it 9 degrees to about, say, 18 degrees. That's what's happening out there right now as it's getting colder into the 7 o'clock hour. Similar Similar conditions for, again, for Eau Claire, La Crosse. You see this as we go in the morning. Temperatures will be in the 30s. You'll see that snow come in by the 6 o'clock hour, going to the 7 o'clock hour, subsides by the 9 o'clock hour, going into the 10 o'clock hour, and drier conditions will ensue. Eau Claire, on the other hand, holding on to this. You've got some snow. It'll be light to near moderate, holding on to the possibility of lighter snow by the 8 o'clock hour, and then by 10 o'clock, we're done. Blustery conditions will ensue, though. That continues on all the way through the afternoon. You're seeing these winds right now holding on, as well as the snow continue to track all the way from the north, working its way down to Eau Claire as you get into Rusk County, Eau Claire all the way down to Winona, getting into La Crosse, and kind of brushing Prairie du Chien a little bit this early morning as we get into this 6 o'clock hour. You'll see that kick out eventually, heading out to the lake as it gets into the noon hour. Other locations mostly dry as you go all the way through the central and the southern plains right now, holding on to more moisture coming in off of the Intermountain West now, coming in off the Pacific Ocean. We're seeing drier conditions working their way towards the East Coast as well, but for now, that's what travel's looking like. For us, though, we've got this mix of rain and snow as you get along areas by Wisconsin Rapids. This is what we had earlier this morning around about the 1 o'clock hour this morning. Now, that's all the way over to the east now. That kicks out with snow still going on through the early morning to the mid-morning hours. By the time we get into the noon hour, this snow is pretty much lighter, and it starts to work its way out of the region, and it's done. So it's drier. A lot of that snow may not even hit the ground by then. We'll hold on to the 6 o'clock hour in the PM time slot. We're still seeing breezy and gusty winds out of the northwest. That continues all the way into tomorrow as well. We'll also find ourselves getting into this, though. We get into tomorrow morning. You're holding on to 9 o'clock. You're looking at 20s widespread. So it's going to be cold again for your Thanksgiving. Better believe that or not. If you guys go out there and play your little morning football game out in the wet roadways out there right now, so I should say then, be careful. By the noon hour or so, you're looking at 20 still holding on to the area, breezy and gusty winds. You're looking at snow for today, just for today alone, this morning, getting into about an inch. It's backed off now from up to now an inch or less. We're looking at about an inch or less for everybody else. Holding on to Black River Falls, possibly maybe 2, but I suspect they'll probably get an inch or less or so. We'll get into highs for Thursday. You're looking at the 20s all the way into the low 30s, and I'm talking around 30 degrees as you get into Thursday, so it's going to be a cold day. We'll take a look at how this all shapes up as we go over the next few days, and this is what happens. We get an alert day today to finish out for the noon hour, and then we're done. We have some breezy and gusty winds out of last force as a 90% chance of showers finishing out this morning, and we're done for the afternoon. We'll hold on to more of that snow coming back, possibly as a 20% chance if it does come in. Maybe it may hit the ground, maybe not, but it's cloudier skies now. We had partly cloudy skies yesterday for Thanksgiving. Now it's cloudy skies, holding on to the possibility of 29 degrees. It's going to be even colder. Now we get into your Friday, you're holding on to drier conditions, still cold around 30 degrees. We'll get into some nighttime rainfall, possibly getting a snowfall, getting into your Friday night, carrying over through Saturday, which is an 80% chance of showers. So I should say snow showers coming in. Most of the snow is going to be during the day. You see that continuing on, possibly getting into the overnight hours. We'll see how that plays out. But we only have a 20% chance going into the Sunday for the daytime. Cold conditions will ensue. Even colder conditions, possibly 17 degrees. Yikes. On Monday, with drier conditions, possibly, we may see some snow come back again for Tuesday night, carrying over into your early morning Wednesday. But for now, we're holding on to all that to just be cold conditions. That's a look at your forecast. Look at those morning lows. 2 degrees. Yikes. Brooklyn, back to you.
That is sure looking cold. All right, now some of your medications may soon cost less. We have the details on the new deal coming up.
A top 10 matchup on the hardwood in girls hoops, plus a couple teams looking for their first win of the season. Those highlights and more coming up next in the Blitz.
As my go-to guy, can you fix my smartphone?
Yes.
You have car batteries?
Yeah.
What about golf cart batteries?
Of course.
Battery from a G-Fob?
Absolutely.
My boat?
Huge variety.
Toy boat?
Sure.
Motorcycles?
You bet.
My apartment building?
Whole building.
Do you have batteries for my party lights?
Yeah.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Looking
Looking for the best Black Friday deals? Fleet Farm's got them. Doors open at 5 a.m. Friday with a free plush moose for the first 500 shoppers. Then save 30% on all in-store footwear. Get a $20 gift card when you buy $100 in Carhartt gear. And all passenger tires are buy 3, get 1 free with rebates of up to $100 on select brands. And if you just can't wait, shop early Black Friday starting Wednesday at 8 p.m. only at fleetfarm.com.
Should you or your loved ones suffer from an emergency or urgent medical condition, rest assured that Toma Health Emergency Services is ready to take care of you.
We take care of strokes, chest pains, any major injuries. We're open 24/7 and we're here 365 days a year. In my 15 years here at Toma Health, my thing that I enjoy the most is positively impacting care for our patients.
Learn more about emergency and urgent care services at tomahealth.org.
Love Arby's famous roast beef? Love Hickory barbecue sauce? Love 2 for $6 deals? Meet the RBQ. It loves to be loved. Arby's, we have the meat.
You got batteries for my side-by-side?
Yes.
Replace my flashlight?
Sure thing. What about my business?
Ooh, good one.
100%. Batteries for my fleet of trucks?
Gas floor scrubbers?
Yes, and fire panels. We have pallets of batteries.
Well, what about...
As your go-to guy, if it needs a battery, we have it.
Well, that's all you had to say.
Could have led with that.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Beautiful, isn't it? Reminds us of why we live here. But when it comes time for this to become this, you can trust that we'll warn you first. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, what a treat we had last night. 2 of the top programs in girls basketball in Wisconsin over the last decade matching up for a late November tilt, and 2 teams that hope to maybe have their hands on a gold ball in mid-March. Number 1 in D2, Edgewood making the trip west to face number 9 Division III Aquinas. Early in this one, future Badger making her presence felt. Anna Miller lets it rain from distance. Blue Gold offense then getting some production from Ava Fernholz, whose runner is good. The defense would only pick up from there for the home side. Elena Elias was everywhere defensively, and here the steal turns into an easy deuce to make it a 10-point lead for Dave Donarski's team. And speaking of the defense, check out the major ejection from the recent Bradley commit. Sammy Davis and the senior also poured in a game-high 21 points as well. Heck of a showing for Aquinas as they win by 8. Over at Bangor, it's the Cardinals hosting Luther. Both teams looking for win number 1 on the year. Knights would establish a 3-point shot early in this one. Junior Sienna Kredermacher draining the corner 3, and her teammate Addie Polabicki doing the same just a few minutes later. Despite being down, home team would continue to battle. September Harris crashing the offensive glass and puts it up and in for the deuce, but the hustle from the visitors would be too much. Big game from Jada Livingston, catches the miss, takes it coast to coast, finishing through contact for the tough basket. Luther picks up their first win, 62-40 on the road against Bangor. Well, it's always a good sign for the EWL football team when it's late November and the Eagles are still hitting that practice field, preparing for their next matchup. Cross is prepping for a battle with Hope College on Saturday in round 2 of the NCAA Division III Championships in Holland, Michigan. Each team earning an at-large bid to this year's national tournament, and it'll be the first meeting between the 2 programs. Like they've been accustomed to doing, UWL will lean on their postseason experience the rest of the way.
It's definitely an important thing for us, having quite a few guys on this roster that have played in big games, postseason games, and yeah, we're just gonna look to those guys to lead and just show the comfort level that we've been in these scenarios, and that some of our guys who haven't been in these situations, they'll step up and they'll be comfortable too.
Should be a fantastic game. It'll begin at 11 a.m. on Saturday. We'll have more of the matchup later this week. That'll do it for me and for your morning edition of The Blitz. Hope to see you back here later tonight.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about with every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers is $21 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Nobody does Black Friday like King Furniture. Where else can you trade in your old furniture for discounts on new pieces? Get free delivery and haul away, then score huge savings on top of that. Nowhere. And this year, it's bigger than ever. Find exactly what you're looking for in our massive overstocked showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, sofas, recliners, and more. All this plus 0% financing available. Nobody beats King at Black Friday. We'll see you there.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starts this Friday at 6 a.m. Now's your chance to save up to 50% or more on Friday-only super deals store-wide while supplies last. Like over 60% off these Hamilton Beach slow cookers, half off these Velvet Throws, just $4.99. Get our Black Friday price on men's work and sport thermal base layers, 25% off, and these dog beds, $9.99 while supplies last. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% or more during Blain's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
At Maury's Auto Group, we're not just part of the community, we're your neighbors and auto advocates. And most of all, we're part of your team. We have your back when life happens or when you just need someone to pick you up. And at Maury's, our commission-free sales team always gives you our best price first. Visit Maury'sAuto.com and score with over 5,000 vehicles from 21 brands. Maury's Auto Group, with 11 convenient locations in Wisconsin. Moving life forward.
This is the last bag of chips.
I'd fight my own grandmother for just one.
Hey, it's chips and soda.
I'll go tell coffee and donuts.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Breezy and gusty conditions this morning as we get into the forecast. I'll have more about that coming up for in just a moment.
And Highway 61 has reopened after a major crash. We'll have the latest on the accident coming up. And Thanksgiving can be hard for those with diabetes, so we have tips for having a diabetes-friendly Thanksgiving tomorrow. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Alexandra is off this morning. It is Wednesday, November 26th. The time is 6:26 a.m. And now we'll hand it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at your morning weather. Hi, Art.
Hey, Brooklyn, I got to tell you, man, it's a lot going on out there. Some light snowfall right now, but the winds are such that they're 50 miles per hour gusting, and that could cause us to get into this. Low visibilities with blowing snow. We can also have right now a winter storm warning that goes until 9 a.m. We also have a winter weather advisory at 9 a.m. because of both breezy and gusty conditions, snow falling, wet roadways. Of course, that can be quite hazardous due to slick roads. We can talk about some black ice out there as well. And the wind, as I mentioned, northwest winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts all the way to 50 miles per hour. Holding on for the lows this morning, 20s and some low 30s, and I'm talking around 32 degrees. The winds are such that they are causing a wind chill out there. These winds are for 40 to 50 miles per hour gusting. The wind chill could feel up to, say, 18 degrees on your skin, all the way down to 9 degrees on your skin for some of the coldest lows locations as we finish out the morning hours. Going right into La Crosse, as you can see the planner, snow is pretty much done after the 8 o'clock hour, where we'll see a 20% chance possibly by the noon hour, but then we're talking about drier conditions with breezy and gusty, blustery winds to finish out the day. Holding on to the possibility of Eau Claire following suit, snow around the 10 o'clock hour, going to 11 o'clock hour, then we're done, and then eventually we'll hold on to the possibility of high temperatures from the 20s to around the low 30s, talking middle 30s in the forecast as well. Back to you.
Now, as travelers hit the roads today, winter conditions are making Thanksgiving travel less than ideal. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla joins us with the latest on the road conditions. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Brooklyn. Right now I'm at the La Crosse and 3rd Street intersection, and it is extremely cold out. But not only that, we're seeing some light snowfall, and I'll give you a look at the actual road conditions right now. Not much snow on the roads themselves, but it is melting, which leads to the roads being wet and very slick. The roads do seem to be in good condition, so you shouldn't have any trouble going to work and getting your kids to school. But I do want to add that wind chill art is not lying. Just standing here, I'm almost moved by it. So I highly recommend you bundle up if you are going to be going outside this morning. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, thank you, Seth. Try to stay warm out there. On the road, the tracks, and in the air, people are on the move. Thanksgiving travel days are here. News 8 Now's Grace Monk takes a look.
Over 1.65 million Wisconsinites are expected to travel over the Thanksgiving holiday.
Our biggest Thanksgiving travel forecast on record, and that's going to be both on the roads and at the airports as well as train stations.
Most Wisconsinites will travel by car. Jarmus says drivers should hit the road early to avoid traffic.
You're going to have folks that are still doing their regular weekday afternoon commutes, mixing in with those who are hitting the road for their holiday travels. So if you can head out before noon, you may be able to avoid that.
Drivers that leave early on Wednesday might run into icy road conditions. One driver says safety is his top concern when traveling for the holidays.
I gotta think about what those other people are gonna be doing on the road, and that it's also other conditions that some people also don't know how to drive.
Over 140,000 Wisconsinites are expected to fly. Delays from the government shutdown shouldn't be an issue, but bad weather could be.
Your flight can be impacted, even if it's not, there's no storm where you are. If there are storms anywhere in the country, that could be impacting connecting flights and departures.
More Wisconsinites than ever before are expected to travel by train and bus.
We do think that there is some amount of folks who maybe otherwise would have booked air travel that were a little scared off by, what we saw happening at the airports the last couple of months.
With travel numbers up across the board, Jarmus says travelers should plan ahead and check their trip details before heading out.
The busy travel period will last until Sunday evening. Now, a developing story, CBS News has learned that the FBI wants to speak with each of the 6 congressional Democrats who made a controversial video saying military members should not follow illegal orders. The video sparked immediate backlash, with President Trump calling it seditious behavior. The lawmakers now accuse of the president of using the FBI as a scare tactic to silence them. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
Defend this Constitution.
This video featuring 6 Democratic lawmakers telling service members not to follow unlawful orders has sparked controversy and now an FBI inquiry.
You must refuse illegal orders.
Multiple sources tell CBS News the FBI has reached out to congressional leaders about interviewing each of the lawmakers, all military or intelligence community veterans. The FBI and Justice Department have declined to comment. President Trump criticized the video in a slew of social media posts, including one labeling it seditious behavior punishable by death.
You can't have a functioning military if there is disorder and chaos within the ranks.
One of the Democrats in the video, Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin, slammed the FBI inquiry as a scare tactic.
The president's reaction and the use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video.
The Pentagon has also launched a separate probe into another Democrat in the video, former astronaut Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, which it says could include recalling the military retiree to active duty for court-martial.
I'm not going to be intimidated.
In a fundraising email, Kelly called it political persecution. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
At least 2 congressional Republicans have come to the Democratic lawmakers' defense. On social media, Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski called the accusations of sedition reckless. Senator John Curtis of Utah has also spoken out regarding the probe into Kelly. Slenderman attacker Morgan Geyser will return to Wisconsin. Yesterday, she waived her right to an extradition hearing in Chicago. The 23-year-old was first arrested in 2014 after stabbing a classmate 19 times, reportedly to please the fictional online character Slenderman. A court sentenced Geyser to up to 40 years in a psychiatric hospital, but this year a judge allowed her conditional release to a group home in Madison. This Saturday, Geyser cut off her ankle monitor and ran off with a 43-year-old she met at a church event. Now that person is speaking out, saying they left with Geyser to keep her safe.
She already made it clear if I didn't go with her or not, she was still going, and she was not going back to jail, and I know what that means. And I was scared and I was nervous, and I still chose to for my friend, who I knew wasn't going to make it on her own.
A judge says Waukesha County authorities have 30 days to transport her back to Wisconsin. Waukesha's district attorney says she wants the state to revoke Geyser's conditional release and send her back to a mental hospital. Holiday travel already affected for drivers in Hoka. Highway 61 was closed this morning due to a crash. Police say a van hit a semi-truck stopped on the shoulder, tipping the truck onto its side. Both drivers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A portion of Bliss Road is closed from 29th Street to Grandad Bluff Road. Crews are working on water utilities between the first and second landing. The closure is expected to end tomorrow evening. A shakeup in the Wisconsin governor's race. Beer vendor Ryan Sternad is dropping out. He ran on giving working class families a voice. The Democrat is now backing Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. 6 Democrats remain in the primary field against 2 Republicans. Governor Tony Evers and First Lady Kathy Evers shared a Thanksgiving message.
We're grateful for our friends, our staff, and of course, for you.
It's the people who make Wisconsin the special place it is.
And as we wrap up the 2025, the Year of the Kid, we're also so grateful for all the heroes who are on the front lines doing what's best for our kids across our state every day.
The message also highlighted the extra stress the holidays can bring, emphasizing the importance of resources like 211 and the 988 suicide crisis line. Wisconsin deer hunters registered more than 90,000 deer during opening weekend of gun season. The Wisconsin DNR reports the harvest jumped nearly 4% from last year. Hunters took 48,000 antlered deer and nearly 42,000 antlerless deer. Preliminary license sales data shows the number of gun deer hunters in Wisconsin this year stayed nearly constant compared to 2024.
Statewide, we continue to see an increasing trend in total deer population. Most of that being driven by the farmland zones and really not specifically, but mostly the central farmland zone.
The DNR is encouraging hunters to donate Wisconsin harvested deer through the Deer Donation Program, which helps stock food pantries throughout the state. In the past, the Biden administration announced lower prices for medications and negotiated with Medicare. That program has now undergone round 2. The Trump administration announced newly negotiated prices for 15 medications, which are expected to save the program about $12 billion in 2027. It's unclear how much in savings individuals will see because the out-of-pocket expenses for Medicare beneficiaries will be capped. Drinking coffee daily could slow the biological aging of people with severe mental illness. A study in Norway found drinking as many as 3 or 4 cups of coffee daily had beneficial effects for people with psychosis, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. While the cause of the anti-aging effect isn't clear, the study's author says it could be the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds found in coffee. It's a holiday filled with family and food, but Thanksgiving meals can be hard to gobble when you're one of the millions of Americans who has diabetes. Mandy Gaither talks to a doctor about how to make this holiday diabetes friendly.
It's that time of year again. The turkey, the sides, and for those with diabetes, the temptation to eat things you probably shouldn't.
It's really hard for the patient with diabetes to stay away from these good tasting items, even though they're loaded with carbs.
Dr. Willa Choi with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says even before Thanksgiving, those with diabetes and their support systems need a mindset that they're going to get or keep their disease under control. She says that starts with a nutritionist.
I really advise the husband and wife to go, the kids to go, whoever does the cooking in the house should definitely go.
Next, Choi says to avoid the temptation of carbohydrates and sweets, she suggests not having them lying around the house. And that goes for homes you're visiting for Thanksgiving too.
The family has to be very supportive of helping the patient overcome the desires to eat all the carbohydrates around the holidays.
Choi suggests finding diabetes-friendly recipes online, especially ones that use sugar substitutes. And finally, she says, allow yourself to enjoy the holiday. Let yourself indulge, but just a little.
Don't totally deprive yourself so you become depressed and upset. I think it's okay to taste a few of these things.
The CDC says that if you have diabetes, to also make sure you eat close to your usual times in order to keep your blood sugar steady and avoid or limit alcohol and sugary mixers. That was a look at your medical news. Coming up in your Buzz Report, Dolly Parton has some big news. Find out her new business ventures coming next summer. And we leave you with a live look with Seth Padilla, where wind is currently blasting the roads and expected to last until the late morning. Don't go anywhere. Your morning Buzz Report is after the break.
It's Black Friday doorbuster deals this weekend at Slumberland. Up to 60% off list. Get a Lazy Boy recliner for just $2.99. A Sealy mattress for just $2.99. Plus no interest till 2029. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Since 1946, Coon Valley Dairy Supply has been more than a business. It's a family legacy. We take pride in our reputation of dependability and community impact, built on decades of trust, which is why we offer LS Tractor, your partner in the field, on the ranch, and at home. When you start with LS Tractor's award-winning power, reliability, features, and comfort, you end up staying a customer for life.
Available at the Coon Valley Dairy Supply, celebrating 79 years in business. LS Tractor, start blue, stay blue.
Honey, we need to get the new shower before the holidays.
Yeah, we need to get the dishwasher too.
Wait, did you see this?
We gotta go.
Now's the time to tackle those big projects. It's your last chance. Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't wait to renovate. Finish your projects with help from Menards before it's too late.
And we got an 11% rebate too.
Save big money at Menards. At Toma Health, our emergency services team provides quality care for our community.
My name is Dan Ressler. I'm one of the physician assistants here at Toma Health in the emergency room. We have a lot of capabilities, medications. We have a wonderful team of people here that I think has that nice little small town touch to it. It's very personalized, but it's very thorough, and we have a lot of capabilities out here.
Learn more about emergency and urgent care services at tomahealth.org.
Engines rev, are you listening?
Fun to drive, fuel efficient.
Such beautiful stuff.
We're happy for miles, driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again, Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days today.
Hy-Vee is your Thanksgiving headquarters. Save big Saturday through Wednesday. Hy-Vee butter, just $2.49. Hy-Vee canned corn or green beans, 49 cents. Campbell's soup, 88 cents. 5 pounds of potatoes, $1.48. Save on cream cheese, Jimmy Dean bacon, Nabisco snack crackers, Pepsi 6-packs, and more. Save in-store and online Saturday through Wednesday. Plus, get a free turkey when you buy a ham. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's the Black Friday mattress sale at Slumberland. Up to 60% off list. Get a Sealy mattress for $299. Save up to $900 on select mattress sets. Plus, get 72-month financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. Only at Slumberland.
From sun up to sundown,
How's that even possible?
we show up
Every single time.
just to get down.
nailed it.
With Access Daily,
I don't like people more attractive than me, Mario.
every day we're turning it up,
Now we're
talking it up,
You want me to talk quieter?
and firing it up to make sure you're caught up.
You know what? Right.
Where are we, Henry?
Access Daily with Mario and Kit.
Late night on News 8.
Well, good morning to you. Welcome back as we get into it again. Once again, until noon today, we are in an alert day, holding on to hazardous road travel due to poor visibility. Now, we're also seeing some blustery winds out there, some blowing snow. We have some slick roadways. As Seth has already mentioned, we're having that snow that's already beginning to melt. And that means with colder conditions, with temperatures in the 20s right now, and it feels like in the teens, we could see black ice beginning to develop, not only for the roadways, for the folks that are walking to work as well. So please be careful. Take it slow. Take your time. The worst conditions on the roadways, though, north of I-90, and that's all the way during the morning hours. Giving way to this, you can see La Crosse holding on to a little bit of snow developing on the rooftops, you can see there as well, holding on to some locations down along some grassy areas as well as portions along the roadways. We'll also see as we get into Eau Claire, breezy and gusty winds out there. Now, we're seeing winds at up to 50 miles per hour gusting, holding on to 25 degrees out there right now in Eau Claire. It feels like it's 10 degrees on your skin. Yeah, once again, yikes. Holding on to 3 miles of visibility out there right now. Folks are taking their time on the roadways, giving it to drive safe, so please be careful out there. You're also going to find yourselves with blustery conditions, buffeting your car a little bit, the possibility of unsecure items that can be blown around that are just kind of out in the roadways as well. You're going to have to use your brakes to skid a little bit, and those slippery roads could cause trouble. We're also going to find you get a little frost on your windshield, holding on to the possibility of this as you get into it, where the temperatures will be in the 30s. You've got a little bit of snow going on to finish out the early morning hours through sunrise, and then right into the 8 o'clock hour and then tapering down. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as well, where you can see some snow a little bit on the moderate side for the 6 o'clock hour, then tapering down through 7 o'clock, and then by the 8 o'clock hour you have some light snow to finish out, and then holding on to temperatures in the teens to 20. You get into that rainfall, snowfall I should say right now, that's happening right now. Rainfall is pretty much over there by the lake. That continues on right now all the way through the region and will continue to do so. Not much change. Drier conditions down to the southern and central plains here, as you can see here, with more snowfall coming in from the west coast, working off the Pacific and working through areas by Billings, Montana, heading into Idaho as well, also working its way towards Denver and then heading our way back again for the possibility of more snow coming back for Friday night going into your Saturday. Giving way to this, we could see possibly going into 30s in the forecast, and I'm talking low 30s, around 32 degrees, down to at least the upper 20s, giving way to 33 as you get into La Crosse, I should say Prairie du Chien, pardon me, right back up to La Crescent, where you're 30 degrees there, or 32 degrees there, holding on to cloudier skies. La Crosse, similar conditions, 32 and cloudy. Back up to Osseo, cloudier skies with more rainfall, getting to near moderate rainfall there, or snowfall for you there, and back up to areas by Eau Claire. Similar conditions, light to near moderate rainfall, or snowfall in the forecast, that carries out for most of the regions as you get into Altoona all the way up to Stanley, and right back up to Ladysmith. Lighter snow is now happening for them. They were supposed to get the big bulk of it. Now it's dropped from 2 to 4 inches all the way down to maybe an inch or so or less in the forecast. Ladysmith right now 27 degrees with more snow working the area. La Crosse at 29 degrees. We'll get right back into it by the 7 o'clock hour. Snow is still happening, working its way out mostly around La Crosse, going northward to I-94. Now that continues out, but tracks more to the east now. Most of the snow is heading out of the region. It's about the noon hour. We're pretty much done by then. A lot of that snow may not even hit the ground by then. The winds still are holding on as we go into it. The wind advisory expires by 3 p.m., but we're still holding on to the winds, getting into the overnight hours with possibility of those winds kicking into the early morning for your Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. 20s widespread for those folks that go out and do their little turkey trot or a little football game in the early morning hours. It's going to be so cold. Giving way to the noon hour, you're looking at 20, still holding on there. We'll get into the snow amounts for today, possibly an inch or less in the forecast. Now that's breaking down, holding on to highs for Thursday in the 20s and the 30s. And as we go right back into how this all shapes up for the day, we're going to be seeing this. We get into that weather alert day all the way through the morning, expires at noon. We have snowfall, breezy and gusty winds, blustery conditions, and that continues on all the way through the day. Okay, how about this though? We get into tomorrow. We have a 20% chance. We've been talking about dry conditions for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. That's changed now. A 20% chance trying to put that snowfall on the ground as we get into your Thanksgiving. 29 degrees out there for you as well. It's going to be cold. Colder on Friday as well, or at least cold on Friday. We're seeing some snowfall coming back again, possibly Friday night, carrying over into Saturday. That could possibly spill over into early morning on Sunday as well, with a 20% chance during the day. That's your forecast. Brooklyn, back to you.
In your Morning Buzz report, Dolly Parton has a new venture, a travel stop in Tennessee. She says the concept came to her after years of life on the road touring. Specific design details have not been revealed for the rebrand of the Tennessean travel stop. However, it's described as a Southern hospitality destination. It will be located in Cornersville and is expected to open next summer, with more locations planned for the future. Public media stations are feeling the joy of painting. This Bob Ross artwork went for more than $1 million in John Oliver and last week's Tonight's auction, benefiting public media. In all, the auction raised more than $1.5 million for stations facing the loss of federal funding.
There were 7 of them. 7 rich pricks. Between myself and $28 billion.
Glenn Powell prunes a few branches of his family tree to reclaim his inheritance and how to make a killing. The supporting cast includes Ed Harris and Margaret Qualley. The darkly comedic thriller hits the theaters February 20th.
The Oilers had come up with a brand new head coach that nobody ever heard of, Bum Phillips.
The coach who gave 1970s Houston an NFL team worth cheering for gets a documentary. Love Ya Bum goes beyond the cowboy hat and charisma, showing how his devotion to players made him beloved and changed the game. The doc debuts today on digital platforms. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Who's 8.
All right, Lyndon is 8. He's a Vikings fan that also loves basketball and baseball. Happy birthday.
And Haley is 18. Happy birthday, Haley. She loves dancing with her dance team and hanging with her friends.
How about Jim? He's 88. He loves being a great town historian and his family.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload the photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Stay with us. We've got what you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is next.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, millions hitting the road to get to their Thanksgiving destinations, and that includes our own Chris Van Cleave, who will be in his car, not driving, but riding, to let you know if you'll have an easy peasy drive. You probably maybe won't. I don't know. We'll get into it. Plus, Nate meets a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, Clarissa Shields, widely considered to be the greatest female boxer of all time. And they've got a very candid conversation about her journey to the absolute top. Also, singer Matteo Bocelli continues to make a name for himself. He'll be here in studio to talk about his second solo album and how he's become a wedding singer for the stars. All right, all that more, 7 o'clock.
During the Black Friday sales event going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to $400 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 40 years.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's early Black Friday deals have arrived, in-store and online while supplies last. Right now, shop early Black Friday-like savings store-wide on the things you need and the brands you love. Like 60% off select dog beds, just $9.99. Get a free $20 gift card when you spend $200 on DeWalt outdoor power equipment. 25% off all men's work and sport boots. And Blain's brand multi-purpose grease, $1.99 each. Don't miss early Black Friday deals in-store and online only at Blain's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
Beef dreams to be slow roasted by Arby's, tossed in hickory barbecue sauce, and sold 2 for $6. Who are you to deny dreams? Arby's, we have the meat.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
During the Black Friday sales event going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to $900 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving lacrosse a good night's sleep for over 40 years.
When it comes to severe weather,
severe weather is a big threat.
Obviously, weather impacts everyone's lives, and weather changes, and you don't want outdated information.
Be confident in First Warn Weather.
A national meteorologist can give you the broad overview.
But we're here for you. I know what this is going to do. I know how it's going to affect your area.
If you're from the area, like I'm from the area, you know all the real nuances.
Expect more from your local weather team.
We're still here for you. It's important.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Parents at St. Pat's put on their own version of the Macy's Day Parade. Parents dressed up in inflatable costumes to send the kids off for their Thanksgiving break. Some of the costumes this year: Patrick Star, a pink unicorn, and a giant chicken. The parents walked through the parking lots and hallways for all the kids to see.
Right now, I'm at the La Crosse and 3rd Street intersection, and that wind chill is making it extremely cold outside. We're also seeing some very light snowfall, and I want to give all the viewers at home a live look at the road conditions right now at this moment. Now, as you can see, there's not that much snow on the roads. It is melting, but that will lead to the roads being wet and slick. The roads seem to be in good condition, though, so you shouldn't have much trouble going to work and getting your kids to school. But I do want to emphasize that it is extremely cold out here with that wind chill, so if you are going to be outside this morning, please bundle up and drive safe. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
A portion of Bliss Road is closed from 29th Street to Grandad Bluff Road. Crews are working on water utilities between the first and second landing. The closure is expected to end tomorrow evening. A shakeup in the Wisconsin governor's race. Beer vendor Ryan Sternad is dropping out. He ran on giving working class families a voice. The Democrat is now backing Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. 6 Democrats remain in the primary field against 2 Republicans.
We're grateful for our friends, our staff, and of course, for you.
It's the people who make Wisconsin the special place it is.
And as we wrap up the 2025, the Year of the Kid, we're also so grateful for all the heroes who are on the front lines doing what's best for our kids across our state every day.
Governor Tony Evers and First Lady Kathy Evers shared a Thanksgiving message. The message also highlighted the extra stress the holidays can bring, emphasizing the importance of resources like 211 and the 988 suicide crisis line.
As we get into our local forecast right now, snowfall so far for areas from Eau Claire all the way down to Greenwood. We're looking at maybe a half an inch or less in the forecast. La Crosse is about 0.17 right now, and this is going from the midnight hour. Holding on to highs for today, we're looking at 20s and the low 30s, and I'm talking around by freezing mark, giving way to a 20% chance of showers, possibly for your Thursday on Thanksgiving, with 29 degrees, much colder out there as we finish colder conditions leading into your weekend with more snow on the way.
All right, well, everyone will have to take it easy out there as they drive for their Thanksgiving travels. Thank you, Art. Sure. And thank you for waking up with us. Coming up at noon, we'll have the latest on what you need to know as you hit those roads for Thanksgiving.